Welcome back. I am inside of an enemy guard minion and have completed killing the second hardest boss in the game, and I'm now ready to continue on to try and turn on the furnace. But before we do that, we gotta get rid of these stupid minions who are still bothering me. Get out of my stupid way, you stupid minion. There we go. Okay. You'll notice now that the furnace is on and we've completed the first part of the test. I'm going to go ahead and continue on to the keyhole. Our newly retrieved key will fit in and let us move further into the dungeon. Got another stupid portal that we need to close, like that. There we go. Enjoy that. And alright, I knew there was one more. One more hidden one. I could again go down into the floor below from this ladder. However, it will take us to some fairly nasty enemies. There's quite a bit of money down there, but it is totally not worth it in my opinion, especially since we don't need any money. This again will lead us down in case we fall into this pit below. There's some minor enemies in there, but the game does give you a hint as to how to fix this, and that is the scout map. I'm going to take my scout map out of the bag since you guys actually haven't seen me use it yet, and I'll show you a little bit about what it does. Open the map, it shows you what's going on this floor, nothing special, but you click on this little eyeball and it creates this guy. Say hi. And you can have him fly around and scout stuff for you, hence the word scout map, by just clicking it on the map where you want him to go, and he will go look for you. We've got a pressure switch on the floor here. What you do is you step on the switch and it will rapid fire shots of these open close to get rid of this pit. And the way you do it is you move him over, and eventually you'll get it to where the pit is closed, like this. And it'll let you continue on. If you flip the switch, that pressure plate will never activate that open close again, so you're safe to continue on. And if you open this door, you'll notice this is the room with the fountain and the gear hallway, which we've opened up the door that we could not go through previously. And that is the first and last time we will ever use the scout map. So I hope you enjoyed it. It can be kind of useful if you don't know where you're going and you want to check out what's going on. But since we are in a hurry, we are not going to do that. And instead, we're just going to take a quick nap and head up to the next floor. This is the first time we've had a chance to go up. And it's not a very pleasant place to be, as these are the hardest normal enemies in the game. They're enemy demon archer guys, and they can do some serious damage to you once they get their hands on some arrows that were in this little cubby hole. There's a few cubby holes floating around here, and you pretty much have to annihilate these guys with fireballs. You don't want to spend a whole lot of time trying to fight them in melee. And they're pretty quick. As you can see, he dodged that fireball from point blank range. And they do a little bit of damage, and not a ton. But you definitely don't want to sit here and play around with them, because this damage will stack up in a hurry. And get out of my way. Alright, see, you kill them, they drop the arrows that you've been out of that keyhole, and you'll notice that there was an enemy, and then there's also this floating chest that contains a vacuum fuse. Thankfully, I'm not going to sit around and try to kill that thing. I went ahead and bought one while I was in the Axeman village. As you can, sit there and trap it in a corner between some guard minions and wear it down. But it takes a lot of damage to do that, and it's really just not very much fun to sit here and try to do that. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take out this last guy. I got a pretty good melee shot there. Yeah, whatever. Just get out of my way. Aren't you dead yet? Alright. Okay, now he's dead. What we're going to do is we're going to pick up a bunch of these arrows and stack everything into this one square. Because I am going to be coming back into this hallway, and I don't want these guys to be shooting arrows at me when I do. So instead we're going to find all the arrows we can, which I believe there's some more floating around somewhere. There's some more here. And we're going to try and pile them all up at once by using our handy dandy second map, which is the fetch carry map. We're going to go ahead and X the ground here where these arrows are, and come on down to the other square with the arrows right here, and click on the second option. That will create a minion to pick up all of the arrows on the X square, and then he will fly all the way over to me. There he is. Hi there. And then he will dissolve and drop all the arrows. So now I'm going to X this square where all of the arrows are. Now I've got, instead of 2 stacks, I've got 1. And I can move into this hallway here, which shoots fireballs if you shoot on this pressure plate that we really don't want to mess with. But if I put all the arrows in here, it will eliminate the ability of those enemies to ever pick those arrows up. And it's going to take him quite a while because there's like 30 or 40 arrows that he's got to pick up. But once he does, he's pretty quick about what he does. He'll come into here and dissolve, and voila! We have used the enemy map, the fetch map, and I'm pretty sure that's the last time we're ever going to use that, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to drop it just yet. And now this area is a lot safer than it was, and we can continue on. Here is the spot for the vacuum fuse, which I probably shouldn't have just put that bag out, but whatever. Vacuum fuse into the wall. Much easier than trying to kill that stupid floating treasure chest. You'll notice a X-shaped keyhole and a master key. You'd think it would fit into any keyhole, but no, it's not that kind of master key. But it is going to come in handy through most of the game, so we're going to need to hold on to that key for quite a while, and instead pick up this gear, as it was one more closed door that we could go through instead now that we have our master key, but it required a gear to open. And this is the master key shaped keyhole, just so you know what it looks like. Master key goes into the switch, lets you open the door, but you definitely need to take the key with you again, as we're going to use it like 5 or 6 times. It is fairly important. And let's go ahead and eat while we're at it. I'm kind of hungry, and I could go for steak, so why shouldn't I let Torum do the same thing? Carrying on, we have completed the floor with the demon archers and never have to mess with them again, and have come to a door with no keyhole and a hall that contains yet another scout map that we don't need, and a whole bunch of switches, which means there's going to be a whole bunch of doors to mess with. And the game was supposed to have you guess and test by opening and closing each switch to find out which door is going to open. However, if you just sit here and click it quite a few times and then leave it up, that will open every door in the stupid hallway, and we don't have to mess with guess and test like that. So we're going to sit here and flip switches like we're a little 2-year-old who just got tall enough to reach the switch. And you'll notice now the door is open, and all of these doors are going to be open. I'm running close to being out of time, aren't I? I'm going to go ahead and show you this barrel real quick. I'm going to take my sword and my Newman staff out and switch to the daggers, as this is one of the last times we're ever going to be able to work on our ninja abilities. And we're going to break this cask open. Easiest way to do that is just one fireball, but I'm still trying to gain any level I can, and I'm going to be gaining plenty of wizard levels, but not a whole lot of ninja levels, obviously, since I'm not even using these daggers anymore for anything other than breaking inanimate objects. Because you really just don't want to fight dangerous enemies with a little dagger if you possibly can avoid it. Anyways, come on, break you stupid thing. Okay, it breaks. It gives you a Callan gauntlet, which sells for quite a lot. But we're out of time. I will see you guys next time for more barrels. See you then.